not be going on at midnight? What do people expect is going to happen here tonight? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm caffeinated and all that stuff you just said, yeah.
Did you just get trash? You get so drunk?
We did. We kept ordering rounds of Jaeger bombs.
I'm loving those beats, man. I'm loving those beats.
I thought that video was lost forever.
Oh, I keep them all. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Saturday Live Show. So nice to be with everyone this week. And hopefully I didn't cause anyone to lose their hearing with that intro. You know, I actually found out that StreamYard did a little update on their software application overnight. And all my videos I prepared overnight were coming at a very high level of audio. So I had to go back and re-edit all the videos for today. And I did not get a chance to do the main show intro. So luckily, for us, Baldy Brian and I did a little pre-interview just before the show started, and I noticed, wow, the videos I had prepared were coming at a pretty high level of audio. So I went back quickly to studio and last like 16 minutes here before the show started. I was able to get most of them edited, so except for the intro. So sorry about that, guys. Hopefully it wasn't blowing your ears away too much. I'll turn up the audio level in there. Just want to say welcome to the Saturday Live Show. We missed last week because I was a little bit sick, but so happy to be back here with you today. Before we kind of get started with the show, I just wanted to say that our thoughts and prayers are going out to V from the YouTube channel Rides for Kicks. So Lucas has been on the show many times before, and latest video that he has up titled Care and Comfort with a Private Nurse in Pattaya speaks to her latest goings on and what's happening with that situation. So thoughts and prayers are with V. V, stay strong. And, we'll be talking to Lucas in the coming weeks here to get an update, but just wanted to let Lucas and V know that we're thinking of them today for the show. This show is dedicated to V, and we're going to try to entertain everyone for the next 90 minutes. So it's going to be fun. So hopefully everyone's ready for a nice ride. Thank you to today's moderators. Can't do the show without you. You make it easy for me to just kind of focus on playing my videos and talking to the guests. So I really appreciate that. And speaking of people that I appreciate, let's welcome everyone to the live chat. Let's go to the comments here, see who we got in here. We got CJ in Paradise in the house. Got Aaron Hill, Positive Energy Sent, speaking about V. And there is Alex Bam Bam in the chat. Alex Bam Bam, another channel name change. Previously, the Jiu-Jitsu Passport, just Alexandro. Now Alex Bam Bam. What's next, man? I think Alex needs to talk to Chocolate Man in Thailand, James, a little bit about name changing. Come on, man. A little crazy. But it's actually interesting that he's in the chat. I was doing a little bit of research on Alex with the name change. I get alerted to everything, guys. All my moderators, they let me know, hey, what's going on? They let me know that, hey, Alex changed his channel name. And I was thinking, oh, man, I got to do some research on this. I got to figure out what's going on here. And one of the things I found is some video clips of Alex back in his younger years. Yeah, Alex Bam Bam. He's Alex Bam Bam for a reason. So I wanted to kind of play this quick little video. Right back, we'll talk about Alex's new channel.
I gotta ask, who leaked that tape?
I got a crack team of moderators. I'm sworn by secrecy.
Bam, bam, bam!
Oh, Bam Bam wants to help Daddy with a tent steak. Okay, drive it in.
Bam, 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 bam!
Hit me old temp state spam, my boy. When this boy gets his full strength, wow.
But you try too hard.
You try too hard because you're here. What are you talking about?
Well, thanks, Alex, for being a good sport there. He's saying that Ricardo Travels is next. Uh-oh, I'm on his radar now. Hey, there's no bad publicity. Fire it up, man. Videos coming soon. Whatever you need from me, let me know. But I just think that's great. So Alex, just Alexandro is now Alex Bam Bam. Hey, it's easier to find on YouTube. Pop right up for me. So I think that's great. We got a lot of videos like that to play. Let's see. Ken Heller is saying hola to Alex. David from Wales saying hello, Richard. Al Unedited saying hello to Scott. Aaron Hill's in the house as well. And let's see. Let's go back up here to the start. Got a lot of people in the chat today. Really appreciate that. I know that YouTube sometimes takes a while to approve my live chat. So if you are watching this on the replay and you're saying, hey, where the heck are all the comments? Where's the live chat? Well, it takes about 24 hours for YouTube to approve a video, a live stream like this. So it takes me a little bit longer than most, but it's up there eventually. Usually about 24 hours after. So I'll try to do a good job of publishing all the comments here before the live chat gets approved. So Alan is saying hello to Richard and Mom. Hope this finds you well. Gotta love Thailand. Dave's in the house. Dave's coming on the show on December 24th, Christmas Eve. Baldy Brian, there's our guest saying hello. Good evening to all. Robert N in the house saying hello to Richard. Good morning. Appreciate that. Saying hello to Gotta Love Thailand as well. And that's great, guys. Really appreciate everyone in the community here today. We got Carl's Thailand saying hello. Good evening from Supataburi. Maybe Brian can help me say that a little bit better. He's coming on the show. Wow. What a great guest, though. Brian coming on the show today talking about the Knife's Edge in Thailand. Great hike that he went on recently. One of his great videos that he's had up there. It's really been nice watching him put his videos up there. A lot of great stuff coming out and a lot of stuff on the channel as well. So wanted to say one thing about a couple ways to continue supporting the live show. So want to kind of run this by you guys because some of this stuff's pretty easy. So one of the things you can do to kind of help out the live show is you can hit the like button. That helps with the YouTube algorithm and pushes the live show out to a wider audience. And we always like to be exposed to more people and welcome more people to the community. So if you get a chance, just kind of hit the like button. That will be appreciated. Another way that you can kind of help out the show is you can wait for the live show to finish and then you can post a comment in the comments section. And you don't need to write like a novel. You can just say something simple like, hey, inspirational guest, or your intro is too long. That seems to be a popular comment. It's okay, guys. I read them all. I leave them all up there. So whatever, it helps because it shows that there's some engagement with the live show and YouTube tends to push it out to a larger audience. And then the third way you can is a super chat or super sticker contribution. So any contributions help to offset the cost I incur with all the video software that I purchased to help put together the videos you see today. So a number of different video software programs I have like Final Cut Pro, Canva Professional, Snap, all this kind of stuff. So any kind of super chats or super stickers are appreciated and they go right towards making more videos. So just wanted to say great guest that we had last show with Keith One. I want to thank Keith again for coming on. He's agreed to kind of come on the show again and really loved having him on. He's a great guest. So really appreciated that. Today's guest is Baldy Brian in Thailand. Can't wait for him to come on. Got a lot of great videos to talk about and interesting guy. So doing a lot of great hikes around the parks in Thailand. Good friend of his is Carl's Thailand. So they have a lot of videos together. So looking forward to talking to them at the 15-minute mark. In about 6 minutes, we'll bring them on. And then for the vlogger news segment, we have Tom and Ryan joining us from Eat Out Pattaya. So a new great channel profiling all the local restaurants in the Pattaya area. And they profile one of my favorites recently, Smokin' Joe's on Soy Lanky down in Pattaya. So one of my favorites. They gave a good review, gave it a thumbs up. And check this out, breaking news. So Ryan put up a video just a couple hours ago mentioning that there will be no review of a certain restaurant on the channel because guess what? Wasn't very good food. But he's such a gentleman because instead of like naming and shaming the restaurants, just like you don't put the video up and you let your community know like, hey, listen, went to a restaurant, wasn't the best, so we're not going to put a video up. So that's the way to do it. I think staying positive on that channel and promoting great restaurants in the Pattaya, Chonburi area. So they're going to be coming back on. Hopefully we have both coming on. I'm not sure. I only see one in the green room right now, and that is Tom. Tom's a funny, controversial guy. Watch out, man. We had a great show. And I was just thinking like how much I enjoy having them on the show. And for those that didn't catch the last couple of shows, I wanted to show a little quick clip of what Tom and Ryan are like. These guys are crazy. So much fun having them on the show. And I wanted to play this real quick. We'll come right back, and then we'll think about welcoming Baldy Brian in the show. But check out Tom and Ryan from Eat Out Pattaya. Tom and Ryan, welcome to the Saturday Live Show.
I'm glad I'm on top this week.
Tom, what are you watching in the background there, man? What football match
just
are
the
you watching?
Michigan games coming on. So
Okay. Thanks for that copyright strike that's coming tomorrow, probably from YouTube. Thank you. Appreciate that.
I can't
Always the
forget it,
gentleman.
that's it.
Richard, I got something to say real quick. If you go down to the store, you can get the carbon there. It's an anti-diarrhea, and it helps out with nausea and everything like that. So I'll try to send you some for next time we come on the show.
Yeah.
So if we keep going with these restaurants, the next channel is going to be my 600-pound life. I mean, it's getting bad.
Ooh, I'd subscribe to that. That sounds like a good channel.
Adios, people.
And that was the Richard Vlogger News. What the hell is it?
So I just love having Tom and Ryan on the show. Those guys are so great. So I'm looking forward to meeting them in person. I think we're probably just going to be rolling on the floor laughing. Similar senses of humor, which I think is great. So I want to say thank you, ET, for making time to come into the live show today. It looks like Ken Heller is saying hello to ET. P. Paul of Thailand saying hello to Carl's Thailand. Crew Muan made it into the show today. Appreciate that. And that's great. And David from Wales is saying that he is freezing. It's very cold where he is right now. Interesting. And let's see. Eat Out Pattaya should say he is backstage, and that is Tom. Or Ryan is backstage. I don't see Tom. That's okay. Maybe Ryan will pass along the link or not. Just be Ryan and myself. That's okay. Hey, go one-on-one there with the humor. It'll be good. So, yeah, appreciate everyone coming in today. We have Jed Roston coming in. Appreciate that. New person to the community. Appreciate that. Thank you. Nice to have you. Great. And Aaron Hill saying hello to ET. ET's quite famous in these circles here, a lot of different communities. Toby Price saying hello to CJ. And we're going to feature CJ in Paradise in the Vlogger News segment a little bit later. So we're hoping to have him on the show here when his schedule clears up. He's been on the show a couple times, and he has a new channel. So please, anyone that's interested, go check out CJ in Paradise, doing daily vlogs from Hua Hin in Thailand. Ken Heller saying 5 degrees Celsius in San Diego this morning. And Ryan is saying, I'll wake up Tom. The old man needs to sleep by taking a nap. That's okay, man. And ET Travel Freely saying, Richard, appreciate that, man. Thanks for saying hello. Kobus made it to the live chat. Hey there, everyone. Appreciate that. Nice having him in there today. Appreciate that. So one thing I wanted to address real quickly, we have like another minute here, is I just want to let you know that I appreciate everyone that comes into the show. I really appreciate the community. I was like really sick last week, and not like me to have to cancel the show. So I appreciate everyone that sort of saw my notice saying, hey, listen, can't do a show this week. So I'm back today. Shirt is I am here. So excited. And just to let you know, a couple weeks ago, I might have mentioned that my primary delivery of these shirts were misdelivered to a different address. Some other guy got my shirts. Well, guess what? That guy came over and delivered the shirts to my place. So now I got 2 sets of these t-shirts. What a nice guy. I thought he'd be wearing my shirts around my neighbor. I was looking for him. Where is this guy? I'm going to find you. But came over, delivered the shirts. So happy to have that. Such a gentleman. So that was nice to see that. And feeling much better this week, which is nice. So I'm happy to be back on the show and bring on our guest of the hour, Baldy Brian in Thailand. Boy, I've been wanting to have him on for a while. We had him on for the Vlogger News segment a couple weeks back and just cracked me up. Today, we're going to have a more serious conversation around the Knife's Edge in Thailand, which is a hike that he did recently with Carl's Thailand. And we're going to show you Brian's intro, and we'll bring him right into the live stream.
Add it up.
Baldy Brian in Thailand. Welcome to the Saturday Live Show. You know, I think we got a little bit of a low volume on you today, man. I feel like your volume was a little bit higher last time, just before the show. Let's see, a little volume check from people in the chat there. Let's see, maybe it's just me. I'll crank up my volume. Whoa. Yeah, you're welcome, man. It's a pleasure to have you on. And CJ in Paradise says nothing. Little problem with the audio. No sound. Hey, so do me a favor, Brian. I think what we should do, maybe if you can exit out of the stream and come back in, I'll bring you right back up. Try that. Yeah, I don't know. You might want to check your settings and go to audio and see if, make sure the mic is selected, because I'm definitely not hearing much. All right. No problem, guys. Do a little reset there. Have them come back into the live chat here. Change my overlay. I'll tell you, the problem with these, having guests in and out, I have to change the overlay so it looks somewhat similar. A lot of technical work. I try to take StreamYard to the max on these live shows. So I try to do everything that I can, like with the moving backgrounds and stuff. That all requires some extra technical work. I use a application called Canva Pro, where I can kind of find the backgrounds. I have to convert the video into what's called a GIF. And then I have to optimize the GIF, because what happens is the file is too big for StreamYard. I got to optimize the GIF, shrink it down, compress it so it fits in the program. Then I can play it in the back. So I think Brian just came on. Let's try this and throw him over. Baldy Brian, welcome to the Saturday Live Show. Nope, no volume. Oh boy. One of those days. That's okay. We'll troubleshoot it. We'll figure it out. So we did a little pre-interview before the show, and Brian was coming in good, but no sound now. So let me just CJ in Paradise saying no mic, and Big Daddy L Rob saying uh-oh, yeah, no sound. Alex Kobus saying no sound. Let's see if he is muted. Nope, not muted. And audio should be good. Still no audio. Try going to the settings tab, audio, and select your mic from the drop down. Carl's Thailand saying, do you have? Yeah, it's one of those things where you do a little pre-check before the show and things work great, but then when the show happens, live TV, live YouTube, this kind of stuff happens.
1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah.
How's the audio check there, guys? Are we about the same?
Now?
Yeah, I think I can hear you pretty good.
Okay.
And let's see. Let's see if how's the audio level, guys? Can you hear Brian okay? Wait for the
through loud and clear.
All right, hang on. Very faint, Kobus says. Brian is a touch lower. Brian is a touch lower.
Very faint. How am I?
Good. There, you're good now. Yeah, I think you're good. Good. You're coming in good now.
Okay, I'll try and get closer to the mic for you all.
Yeah.
Very low sound. I don't know how that would have changed.
Do you have the little button on your, well, sometimes you can select in the settings area of StreamYard, there'll be a little thing for audio and automatically adjust mic volume. You want to check that. Maybe that'll help you out.
1 2 1 2. In the settings.
I think Dave's saying good now.
It's good now.
Good now. I think we're good now. All right. Great. Let's start over.
Better.
Let's start over. Start over. Let's do it again.
Okay.
Ready?
Hopefully.
We'll do 3, 2, 1. Baldy Brian, welcome to the Saturday Live Show.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Wow. Thank you, Richard. It's great to be here. Fantastic.
You know, it's so funny because YouTube gives you the option to edit things out in post. So you can wait for the live show to post. You can edit out little sections. But what happens is you lose the live chat then. So you can't edit stuff out, but you lose the live chat. And I love the live chat. I like to, like months go by, I like to go back and see the funny comments everyone makes and stuff like that. So welcome to the live show, man. It's so nice to have you on. And, you know, I've been waiting for this time to talk to you for so long because your videos are awesome. And just really, they've inspired me to get out and do more hiking when I come back to Thailand. And I guess I wanted to kind of get the first question I had for you, Brian, is like, how did you get started with hiking around? Like, has it been always something you've done in Thailand, or is that something that's been new to you? Carl introduced you?
It's well, yeah, I've started it a little bit. It's when my daughter was born, I bought a GoPro, and I thought I'd start doing. And I used to go to local places not far away from me to do little hikes and things like that. Well, then when I got the GoPro just to film our baby daughter, I got the idea of take it on some of the hikes with me. And then I met Carl. Carl found me. I had 7 subscribers when Carl's Thailand messaged me and asked me if I wanted to go on some hikes with him. So, yeah, that's basically where it all started.
Yeah. Now, are you and Carl from the same area in the UK, or different areas or different countries? I'm not sure.
Different areas. Carl's from the south of England, and I'm from the north. I'm a northerner,
Gotcha.
and he's a southerner, yes.
So you guys never met in the UK. It was always, you just met in Thailand.
Yeah, just here. Carl came across my video, and he messaged me saying we seem to be enjoy the same sort of things. Do you want to do some hikes?
Yeah, well, Carl's in the live chat. So any pressure to perform today? Because we've had Carl on the live show. He's a good guest.
He's a good guest, yes. He's well prepared.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's something you and I were talking about in the pre-interview. Brian was like, so listen, what's the fitness level like with you and Carl? And you're like, oh, Carl's much better.
Carl's he's always ahead of me, and I'm there pouring with sweat, drinking 2 or 3 bottles of water and complaining the whole way through it.
Yeah, and it's so funny because like the videos I watch of you when you're with him, it almost seems like he's running ahead of you. Like the Knife's Edge video, there's a clip where he's in front of you. He's kind of like running, and the edge is on each side with this camera to get the shot. He's so excited to show everyone that.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
He goes at speed, Carl, especially when he's going uphill. He goes fast uphill, but he goes slow downhill. I told him that when we was out on this hike, the Knife Edge.
So I want to get into that a little bit. I want to kind of, at some point, I want to come back to your family life, your wife and child that you have there in Thailand, how you discovered Thailand. But I want to talk about this video because, man, this is like jaw-dropping cinematography in this one, man. Amazing. Was it as dangerous as it looked?
Yeah, it's quite a dangerous climb. In 2017, the climb was shut. It was closed because somebody fell. They only fell about 20 meters, and they managed to grab onto the grass.
20 meters. Now, hang on. 20 meters. That's about what, 1,000 feet, if I convert that.
I don't think it's that much.
But 60 feet, right? 60 feet.
Something like that. And but it took them 9 hours to rescue them.
Wow.
So they broke their leg, and it was a lady. But you can go and read about it. But yeah, very interesting. It is quite dangerous if you're not paying attention to what you're doing. It only takes one tiny mistake, one slip, and everything could go wrong. So it's Baldy Brian facing danger, so you don't have to. Again.
Yeah, you say that in your videos. I love when you say that. But it's funny because some of the videos you do with your hikes, you have to get up really early, like before sunrise, to get it up to the top and get back down. Was this one of those times as well? Because it looked like you started pretty early.
No, this one you climb up in the morning to the
base camp, right?
The base camp, not far from the peak, and then you climb to the peak in the afternoon, and you come back down and you camp for the evening, and then you wake up obviously for sunrise. So you can start hearing the campsite move, and then people starting to make up and make a coffee at about 5 in the morning, waiting for the sunrise to come up, and then it's pack all the equipment up and then hike out of there. Yes.
Yeah, and I saw, so one of the shots you had, I wanted to ask you about was the people that hike with you. I guess they're the help. They sort of help you out. They were carrying like multiple backpacks at one point. Are they carrying like the client's backpacks, or is it just extra backpacks they have with their equipment?
Yeah, they're porters. You can rent them for doing the climb. They'll carry all your equipment up for you. They charge about 1,500 baht for 30 kilograms. So some people don't like to take their own bag up. They just like to do the hike. So they'll pay for a porter to take up, and they take cooking equipment up and water, because you need plenty of water on this hike. You know, you need at least 4 of the large bottles of water to get you through this hike.
Just want to say hello to HKE in the live chat. Appreciate you making time to come in. Appreciate that. Everyone's saying hello to HKE, so I have to check that out. Saying, hey, future guests for Richard Travel. Hey, always looking for interesting guests like yourself, Brian. We've been chasing each other for a while, man. You know, you came on for the Vlogger News. You blew us away with your personality, so large.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, it was fantastic to be on. Not many live shows will have me on, you see. So,
yeah, well, if they've seen your dancing, that's probably why. So just so everyone knows, maybe if you're new to Baldy Brian, is that back when I did Vlogger News like a year or so ago, we were doing like a dance competition. Well, I shouldn't say dance competition. It was just like some dance videos. My mom was loving it. We're putting these together with like music, and Baldy Brian submitted a video with him and his wife and child. So like doing the whole thing, the mirror band and stuff. It was cool. So appreciate that. Thank you for doing that. I think that video was about 5 minutes long. I had to shrink it down to 20 seconds.
Yeah, well, we had to, once we started dancing, we had to keep going until the song had finished, you see. So
yeah, it's so great. So when was your first time in Thailand, Brian? When did you first come, and when did you retire?
My first time in Thailand was 2006. The first time I actually visited Thailand, but I moved here in 2011.
Yeah.
I made the permanent move over.
Why'd you decide to move?
Oh, well, I had lived in Cyprus for 6 years. And then so coming from the north of England, where it's very cold, I lived in Cyprus and parts of Greece for 6 years. So then I moved back to the UK for 2 years, and it was just too cold. And I already had one of my older brothers already lived in Thailand for about 15 years at the time. So I thought, yeah, let's go out there. So I used to come here regular on holiday anyway. So, you know, I love the place. So what better environment to be in if you can be?
Yeah.
So, yes, I jumped on the plane with my bag in 2011, and I've not been back to the UK since.
Wow, that's quite impressive. Yeah. Toby Price was asking, did you take Lau Cow on the hike?
No, but funny enough, I was given some Lau Cow when at the base camp by one of the porters. They are local Karen people, and I sat down with them. They gave me food. They offered me food and Lau Cow for someone. So I had a couple of Lau Cows on top of that mountain, which it was pretty cold anyway up there. So
yeah, well, tell people what Lau Cow is. People that might not know what Lau Cow is.
Yeah, Lau Cow, it's a Thai rice whiskey. So you know, it's low priced, it's strong. You know, it's 40% or something like this, but it's very popular in rural settings, rural villages, and in the places like that. Very popular drink.
Yeah. So I wanted to kind of take a step back, because you're mentioning you used to kind of come to Thailand on holiday and go back to the UK. I guess the last time you came on holiday, you like, it's too cold in the UK. I'm going to actually move full time. But I wanted to ask you, what was it like for you when you would come to Thailand on holiday and go back to the UK? Did you have any kind of like depression? Because a lot of people I talk to say especially the UK, they go back to the UK and they're like, I can't do this. Like, my heart belongs to Thailand. Did you feel that pull of Thailand?
Yes, yeah, indeed. After traveling here several times and then going back to the UK, where to me, I used to say when you're descending through the clouds into Manchester Airport in the north of England, there's about a mile of clouds you need to descend through, and then you don't see the sun again. And until you get back on a plane and go through the clouds again. So But yes, Thailand's definitely got a special place in my heart because it's such a fantastic place. There's not just beaches, fantastic tropical beaches. There are beautiful waterfalls, beautiful country parks. There are mountains to climb, and it's endless. The exploration is endless. It's an absolute fantastic place to explore. So many great sights to see.
Yeah, and what got you exploring at first? Because you came to Thailand, you knew about this, but what got you out hiking to your first park? What kind of inspired you to get out there?
Yeah, to my first part. Well, I've always liked nature and everything, and I used to go to the Kang Kratchan on my motorbike to the Pattaya waterfall there.
Gesundheit.
Yeah. It's absolutely fantastic place. So, and the national parks are so well kept, and the protected wildlife, and it's the wildlife you see. The elephants. Places I go, it's there's elephants everywhere, wild elephants and hornbill birds, and it's beautiful. So I was hooked when going with national park. And one of the first hikes I did in the jungle of a national park was with Carl's Thailand. We went to Khao Yai.
Yeah. He spent many years working there, right?
He did. Around 30 years ago, he was working there as a guide, for tourists. Yeah, taking them around.
I mean, do you just feel like he has such knowledge of everything wilderness? He's like, watch out for that, watch out for this. Because I saw him on a hike with Nick Dean where he's kind of schooling Nick, like looking at the bugs he had. Is like, yeah, you just got to do this to get those off. You feel like he knows so much about that stuff.
Yeah. Well, he does. Yes. I mean, I'm terrified of bees.
Ooh.
Especially big bees, and when you go in the jungles, you get a lot of them, and they don't bother Carl. They can buzz.
I feel like if Carl came up across a bee, he would just like punch it in the face.
Yeah. I mean, in one of our videos, we climbed a mountain in Sukhothai province, Khao Luang in Sukhothai, and I put my wet clothes on top of my tent and went for a shower. And when I come back, it was full of bees. There were hundreds of them. So I couldn't go near the clothes. Carl just walked up, pulled the clothes off, no problem. All the bees flying around him, not a care in the world. He's a danger seeker, Carl.
Yeah, I love it. You can definitely see that. Now, a question I have for you is like all these dangerous hikes. Have you ever been injured hiking around doing this kind of stuff?
Yeah. Carl and I both got injured on one. We did a jungle waterfall in Saraburi. That was attached to the Khao Yai National Park. When we tried hiking in there on our own, and you've got to go through dense jungle for about 5 kilometers before you reach the first tier of the 7-tier waterfall. Well, about halfway up the waterfall, I lost my footing, and my face hit a rock. I split my head open, all my nose. Carl almost broke his leg at the same spot, and we gave up. It had been raining all day as well, going through. So we're in thick, dense jungle. While it's raining all day, there's wild elephants around. So we both got injured. So we decided to abandon that hike. We've still made the videos though, even though we abandoned the hike, and we still put the videos up, Wow.
Videos come first. That's amazing because that's a question I had for you is when I made a little joke about Carl hiking very quickly, but I do notice when he's hiking, he like makes sure that he has secure footing before he puts all his weight down. Is that something you have to make sure you're doing, Brian, when you're hiking around, like make sure that you're walking and make sure that your footing is secure so you don't twist an ankle?
Yeah. You've got to be careful, especially when like some of the hikes we do, we're 3 or 4 hours away from help, if we're there. So you got to be very careful. I find little tree branches stuck out of the ground because you bounce off them and they make you fall down. So on some of the hikes, you can hurt yourself if you're not careful where you step in. So
yeah.
You gotta be careful, yes.
Wow. I mean, after hearing this, Kobus says he has one question for you. Why would you guys do this? There's a lot of danger there.
Well, we're out there facing danger, so you don't have to. Yes, we're facing all these dangers. No, I'm a thrill seeker anyway. Bit of an adventure seeker. I like adventure. I mean, I told you before, I lived in Cyprus. I used to work on a bungee jump on the beach. So I used to bungee jump every day. That was one of my jobs. So I like a bit of adventure and excitement and adrenaline rush. So, you know, I like to go and explore the place and see what's out there, you know, and see the beautiful wildlife. And I can't stay at home. I've got to go out. You know, I get bored at home very quickly. I get bored.
Was your wife pretty supportive of the hiking, or does she think you're crazy?
Yeah, well, at first she did think I was crazy. Yes, she's going, "You're going to hurt yourself. What are you doing? Stop doing this. You're going to hurt yourself." So I'm going, "I know it's dangerous, but you know, we're danger seekers." So, but yeah, well, she understands now. She gets it now, and she's coming on a hike with me.
Oh, really?
Over Christmas, we're going to Loy province in Thailand, and we are climbing a very famous mountain with the locals, but not really known with the foreigners. It's called Pukradun up there in Loy province. So we're going there, and that is a 5-hour hike to the top. And our daughter's coming with us. We're taking some fear. We are going to carry her up.
Wow. I was just going to say, you might want to check your wife's pack for Lao Khao, but it sounds like you're taking the daughter, so it'd be okay. Probably no Lao Khao on that trip. But it's funny because you mentioned earlier about like everyone should do this because like the view behind you is just incredible, right? So I feel like there's so much to see. What would you tell those people that are sort of ambivalent about doing it? Would you tell them like, get off of that bar stool, get out of your hotel room and go ahead and check out views that are like this? Or what would you tell them?
Yeah, I mean, Thailand's the right place for it. There's so many beautiful places, and just the feeling you get when you're sort of on top of the world, like this Knife Edge Ridge climb I did. You feel like you're on top of the world. In the morning, we woke up and we had a blanket of clouds below us, and it just gives you that real good feeling, you know, being at one with nature, and also living off your own wits as well. You're living, you know, you've got to do smart things, otherwise you can get hurt. But it uses your brain a lot as well, so it's exciting. But yeah, I recommend to anyone to get out there, and if it's not maybe a mountain like this, if you're not up for a big climb, start small. You know, every national park in Thailand has small hikes to waterfalls. You know, just Google the national parks in Thailand and you'll find little 30-minute hikes, or you start where your fitness level is. But the nature and the experience and also the fitness you'll get is just well worth it. Brilliant.
Yeah, I love what you said there about like it forces you to make smart decisions, you know, use your judgment. One of the questions I had for you there is that's a 2-day hike over 2 days. What kind of food did you have to pack, or was the food kind of provided for you?
Well, we carried our own equipment up. They don't provide any food. You've got to do it. So Carl and I carried up. So basically, we bought some local sticky rice and some pork on barbecue sticks, like a barbecued pork. So we took them and a couple of other little snacks and our water. So that's basically what we did when we got up to the campsite, and we went to the summit, and then we're back at the campsite. We had our food then, and then as soon as it goes dark, you get an early night. And go to sleep anyway.
Crew Muam was asking if there's a pill for vertigo, then he could do hikes like that. Are you familiar with vertigo and the effects that has on you when you're climbing?
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yes. When I get close to edges and things like that, I get that feeling, which obviously I used to work on a bungee jump. So people say, "What? Surely you don't still get that after working on a bungee jump?" And I do. I was terrified every time I had to do a bungee jump every day. But yeah, I get that myself. I hold on tight. For sure.
Wow. Yeah, so I wanted to kind of transition our conversation to what I call the tech corner, because I got to tell you, I had a lot of questions after watching this video. You guys are, first of all, you guys are crazy for like hand holding your recording device with a gimbal as you're climbing up like the wall of a mountain. I would have thought like a strap on or a hat mount or something. And you told me like, I got all that, but you chose to go with just like the handheld mount.
Yeah, the handheld, and Carl goes with the handheld. To tell you the truth, for me, it's I've got the head mounts, the body harnesses, the shoulder one. I've got them, and the major problem with them is I've used them in the past, and then the footage has either been too low or too high, or it's just not right. So if you've got it in front of you, you can see what you're recording. So I think it's more to do with that. Rather, if it's body, it's hard to see what you're recording. You're just hoping it gets what you think it's going to get. But
that's very interesting. I didn't think about that. Like the angle would be like either hit or miss, and you'd hate to do a long hike like that and have it be a miss, right?
Yeah, that's it. And that's happened so many times in the past where you do it, especially like this knife edge ridge that I did, because if you get the right angles, it's beautiful. Beautiful footage, but I do have a video that I wore a body one, and it was a bit low, the footage, and it wasn't right. So that time I climbed the mountain, I sort of wasted that footage because it wasn't too good. So this time I made sure I got spectacular footage. So.
Well, Carl's Thailand is saying, "Tell the truth, Brian. We never took enough food or water." So he's kind of busting you out there a little bit.
Well, we definitely didn't take enough water.
Yeah, that could be a problem. That could be a problem. But it's interesting because, a lot of people that I talked to that have a GoPro, and it sounds like your preference when we talked was more like your Galaxy phone, to use that over the GoPro, but you still kind of use both, right?
Yeah, I use them both. I use the phone because that's got it's one of the Galaxy S22 Ultras, so it's got and I do all my editing on the phone and everything, so it's my built-in. So I like the advantage of recording on the phone because all the files are nice there, and I edit on the phone, so it saves any messing around. But obviously the GoPro I tend to use if I'm going in water or I'm going in a rough place where you might knock your camera or something like that. So you don't want to damage the phone. So that's when I'll switch to the GoPro. Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I'm curious if you're more of like an automatic setting guy. Like, do you keep your GoPro on automatic settings, or do you like manually choose, hey, I want 30 frames per second, 20? Do you choose your frame rate, or you just kind of keep it on auto?
Yeah, I have with the GoPro. I have four different sets for depending on what sort of environment I'm in at the time. So I'll choose which one of those. So each one of those is sort of specific for that where I am. So it might be recording in 60 frames or just a 30 on this one, or yes. So
yeah, I feel like that can sometimes get you, that can bite you if you're on the wrong frame rate. You do what you think is a great shot, and you're like, oh man, I had it on the wrong frame rate. I can't use any of that footage. Has that happened to you before?
Yeah, it's yes. So when, especially with switching cameras as well, and you've recorded in different frame rates and matching it all up and little things. Yeah. When I first started doing it, I had those problems, but
yeah,
I think we've ironed those out now.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Well, Jay Easy's saying walking on the skywalks across the street in BKK cured his fear of heights, and I think those are probably like the see-through skywalks. Yeah. That'll kind of freak you out a little bit.
yeah, they do. They have one. The one on one of the highest towers there that looks pretty scary.
Yeah, for sure. Jay Easy was asking, do you and Carl scuba dive as well? Carl was saying he does not scuba dive, but how about yourself, Brian?
When I lived in Greece, I used to scuba dive quite often. And but I've not really done that. I've not done any around Thailand yet, scuba diving, but it is something I am interested in. And
how long were you in Greece for? A couple of years?
Greece. Well, I lived in Athens for about 6 months, and then I moved to an island called Corfu in Greece for another 6 months. So it was about a year in Greece, and then I moved to Cyprus, which is almost Greek. The Greek Cypriots on the Greek side.
Why'd you go to Greece?
Well, I was offered a job there in Greece, so I flew out to. I had a friend living in Athens, a place called New Philadelphia in Athens. So I went and stayed with him for a while. I was offered a job on the island of Corfu.
Yeah,
so
very famous island for people that don't know.
Yeah. So and then I was offered another job with the same company I was working for on Corfu on Cyprus, the island of Cyprus. So I ended up moving there.
What year was that in? Was that a couple years back?
Oh yeah, maybe 2003, something like this.
And why'd you end up leaving Greece? Did you go from Greece back to the UK and then to Thailand, or?
Yeah. When I moved from Greece back to the UK for 2 years.
Wow, what was that like?
I came to Thailand. Yes.
What were those 2 years like? Was that tough for you?
Yeah, it was tough. It was a bit of a nightmare. They say people feel like the weather. They say you'll feel like the weather, and they do. They do in England because it's grey and dull, and everyone's doesn't have a smile. They're not happy, you know. So I find it dull there, and
I find like a lot of people in the UK probably suffer from seasonal depression, right? And that comes with like the clouds. And I know a lot of people. I've heard a lot of stories about once you get out of the UK, you know, the weather into a tropical location, everything is better. Your mood improves, your health improves.
Yeah, that's what made me move to Greece in the first place. And I got hooked. I got hooked to the life, the heat, the lifestyle, and everything. But it's everybody's happy, like Thailand, especially because they call it the land of smiles. So as soon as you're in the sun, everybody seems to be more happier, you know, and having a good time and more friendly. And definitely, it has
I think that
an effect.
Yeah, and I think like if I was to be asked, like, hey, what do you miss most about Thailand? For me, it's something simple. It's the smiles. You just don't get that in America. You probably don't see that much in the UK. It's very serious. And I've kind of brought a little bit of that back from Thailand in that I do smile more in my home country. And I find that if you smile at someone, you'll get a smile back.
It works. It's reciprocated, isn't it? You know, when people see it. But yes, you're right.
So you came back from Greece. You're back in the UK for 2 years. What was that 2 years like? And how did you sort of change your life to say, I've got to get out of here? Did you go on a strict budget? Did you start looking for different jobs outside of the UK?
No, actually, I had a business there with one of my brothers in England. So he had already had an electronics company. So he had a website and everything. So I created one when I moved back, and we worked together. So we had a shop there, and and I used to travel out to Thailand about 4 times a year because I've got family that's here, and friends that used to visit quite often. And I have another friend who lives in John Tien near Pattaya. So I used to come out and visit them 4 times a year, something like that. So it was an easy one for me, you working in the UK there. It's the weather. You know, it's raining all day, all night, all day, very slow rain. And so when you travel so often to warm countries, and then the opportunity came around to me moving to Thailand permanently. So I took it. I took it. I thought, well, go on. You only live once. Adventure.
Yeah, good for you. And I think a lot of people should do that. Take your advice and just get out, you know. Jay Easy was asking, what app software do you use on your phone? Is it something native that comes on the phone or a separate app that you've downloaded?
I use that KineMaster app.
Hey, they might be listening. Maybe you should get the name right. Maybe they want to sponsor you.
Yeah, I've heard it say a couple of times.
Yeah, it's like Pattaya. You say it 5 different ways.
Yes. So I've heard it say a couple of times. But yeah, I use that one at the moment. But it was 600. They've got good music and everything on there. It was 600 baht, which is about, I don't know, $10, $10, $15, something like that, for a year subscription to it to get the pro account. But now they're upping it to what, 4,500 baht. So they're massively upping the cost of it.
Yeah. So you're gonna look for different software then?
I don't know. I might stick with them. Once you're used to using something, and it is quite good. It's got a lot of good features, and my editing's getting better. So it does what I want it to do, basically. So I might stick with it. I have a few months left of my contract to determine that. So we'll see. Yeah.
Do you enjoy doing the editing? Is that something you look forward to doing?
It's not. I'm not a big fan of editing at all. No, I used to be poorly edit my videos, like none at all, hardly. So I've always tried to record. I think like, right, what am I going to use? And I'd record a start, middle, and ending, and then just put them together. Just put them all together. Make it easy. But now I spend more. I'm enjoying it a little bit more now. That's because my quality of my videos, I think, is definitely improving now. So that's given me the motivation to make the next video better than the last one. So now I'm starting to enjoy that little competition of making it better.
Yeah. Yeah. So John is saying, guys, only 11% of the world's population travel each year, not many. So that really resonates. Like, wow. So a lot of people want to travel. They might research it and they just don't do it. So yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's something that when I lived in Greece and I worked on a bungee jump, I was working on the beach. I used to get people come down all the time, every day going, I've always wanted to do something like this. I'd love to live abroad. So I'd say, well, just do it then. Pack your bags, take your money out of the bank and put it in your pocket, jump on a plane and go for it. Oh, I can't. I've got a mortgage.
Yeah.
And, they've created many things around themselves that prevents them from going and doing what practically is a dream of theirs to do,
Yeah. Well, I want to talk a little bit about your channel. Gator Jake is saying notifications did not come through. Glad you're feeling better, Richard. Now, the reason I post that comment is because I want to talk about your channel. Is the goal of your channel to monetize? Do you want to get that 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, and then monetize the channel?
Yeah, it'd be nice to. It's my main goal for doing the channel at the moment. My main plan, the master plan, is just to create a presence online for when I'm going to be moving to Laos in a few years, and we're going to be operating in Laos. So
why'd you choose Laos?
My wife is from Laos.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
From rural Laos, a beautiful place. In fact, you'll see some videos coming up next year when we go and harvest the rice.
Nice.
The rice fields and a beautiful area. But so my idea, we're going to build a resort in Laos when we're ready to go. So and then we're going to be living there. And one of the things I will be doing is in the travel industry in Laos and tourism in Laos. And I'll be getting out and exploring rural Laos. I'll be getting in every single nook and cranny, down every back street, and every rice paddy.
Well, that sounds outstanding. And, we got about 5 minutes left here. I did want to let you know of something that happened to me recently, because I know we were talking about, hey, you want to keep growing the channel, monetization and stuff. So most people don't realize I've been kind of keeping a secret from a lot of people. So I'm going to let everyone know about this now in the last 5 minutes of our conversation, Brian. That's the fact that I was demonetized recently. So people might not have known that I took a little bit of a year break from YouTube. And, during that time, I got an email from YouTube saying listen, so if you don't come back, you're not going to qualify for the partner program. We have to sort of exit you out of what they call the partner program, which means they demonetize you. And I thought, well, I do kind of miss doing the shows. So I'm going to come on back. And I got Chev and Dev to come back as my first guest and had a great time with them. I was thinking like, wow, this is really nice, and everything's going well. Did the following week, got guests lined up and stuff. And then I noticed like, wow, it's just like a little different. Like things are looking different in my studio. I went to my studio, come to find out, long story longer here, is that I found out that I've been demonetized. That basically, I got good views on the Chev and Dev interview, but I didn't have the watch time. That's what reset on me. My watch time reset. I was under the 4,000 hours. I had the subscribers, I had 10,000 subscribers, but I was deficient on the watch hours. So YouTube, guess what? They kicked me out, demonetized me. So for right away, I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I get back in? So there's a little button there that says apply. So I applied to be back in the monetization program, thinking no big deal. I got the watch hours now after the Chev and Dev interview and some others. But guess what? Monetization not approved. They kept me demonetized because I was using people's videos like yourself for the intro, and they saw that as a reuse of content and refused to monetize my channel. So there's an option there to do an appeal. So of course I did a video appeal where you do a video recording and you talk about your channel and all that you do. And I kind of regret that appeal because I'm a little bit of a hothead, Brian. I don't like when people mess with me like that. Yeah. So I let them know, like, listen, this is what I do. It's a live show. I promote other YouTube creators, and I'm not open to deleting any videos. So basically, go pound sand. I'm not deleting any videos. Guess what? Appeal denied. So I had the opportunity to reapply a month later, and months are going by here, and I feel like I'm kind of living a lie because I'm having YouTube creators come on. My views are dropping because at this point I'm not monetized anymore. There's no reason to push my channel out to anyone. That was the longest 30 days of my life. I had to make some decisions to go back and delete some intros from some of the live shows. And I hate doing that because then the live chat disappears. But I had to go back and delete some of the intros, some of the videos that I reused. And what happened is just recently I resubmitted for monetization and it was approved. So back in good standing, so monetized again. But I do apologize to all those guests that I've had on that might have thought that, hey, Richard's channel is monetized. I'm going to get a lot of views and publicity. And it wasn't really happening because I was demonetized for a while. And, I'm all about promoting channels like yourself, Brian. So I was very upset that Big Brother did that to me. I felt like I'm trying to do the right thing here. I'm trying to do good things for other channels. And I was, it was held against me. So I just wanted to let everyone know like what happened there and let you know what you're in for. So once you do get monetized, you got to keep after it. Can't take any long year break.
Yeah, it's something I'll probably do, but I'm not in a rush. Obviously I need to build up to the 1,000 subscribers at the moment, but I don't think the money's that great anyway until probably when I have 3 million subscribers, then I'll be earning some money then. But I don't.
Well, one thing I want to tell you, and we talked about this on the pre-interview a couple weeks back, but I did want to let you know in front of everyone here, like I love your channel, Brian, like some inspirational videos. You are getting better at your editing. So I would definitely counsel you to like keep after it because what'll happen is when you start to get better at it, you enjoy doing it more. I was the same way. Hey, I did my first 7 videos on my phone, iMovie on the phone. And then the big step for me was iMovie on the laptop. And then it was, let's go from iMovie to Final Cut Pro with an external monitor. And the more that I added to it, the better it became. Now I really enjoy editing videos. And I stopped listening to other people with their opinions. And that's the one counsel I'd have for you is just like, do what you feel is fun and exciting because we'll always look at it and say, that's great. So don't listen to the opinion of others too much. There's a lot of opinions out there.
I like to go off the, go off the rails slightly as well, do different things and, other ideas like to get in there. But thank you for letting me know the videos are getting better. That's
for sure.
But yes, hopefully they keep improving. But yes, I'm starting to enjoy the editing now because they are getting better.
And I feel like you have
myself.
Yeah, and I feel like you have a great personality, a big personality that comes through on shows like this. So I would just say, don't be afraid to get in front of the camera and talk up a little bit because you got some great things to say. You've done some great hikes, and I think you have some great stories to tell. So I would love to see more of that on your channel. There's more stories about you and like, this is what happened during this hike. You do a great job in the beginning, but I'd love to see more of that through the video because you got a great personality, man.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking because sometimes I think because when I'm editing the videos, I've got to listen to myself over and over and over and over again. So I get sick of this, my own sound. So I think I think that's going to annoy everybody else when I think it, talking away. But it's just because I'm listening to it so many times. So
Yeah.
but yes, I need to fix a little bit the green screening at the beginnings that I do. There's a little bit. I'm having a bit of trouble getting rid of the green from around my head and my eyes. So we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. The green screen stuff is interesting because I really struggled with that initially. And then I watched some videos on lighting. I got more lighting and then I really screwed things up. So some things you can make it, too complicated. But hey, listen, we're kind of coming to the end of our time. I want to thank you for coming on the live show, man. It's such a pleasure having you on. It's an easy conversation. Like 45 minutes just flies by with you.
Thank you for having me. It's been fantastic. It's been great to be here. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, can we have you back at a future date? I'd love to check in with you and see how the channel's going.
Yeah. Anytime you'd like to have me on and check out what's happening in Baldy Brian world, then yes, let me know. You got my email.
Perfect. You got it, Brian. Say hello to the wife and kid, and we'll hope to talk to you soon. Thank you, sir.
Very much for having me on. Have a great morning or afternoon there now. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone else out there in the chat. Goodbye.
Add it up. Okay, all right.
I loved having Carl and Brian on. I feel like we had both of them on the show because Carl was chatting in the comments. But Brian, thank you for coming on the show. Such a pleasure having you on there, and just a lot of great stories from all of his videos. Really appreciate it. We got to have him back because the channel is going to start to take off with videos like the knife's edge in Thailand. So I feel like keep making videos like that, and the sky's the limit for your channel. Your Mojo, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate that. You're the first one back since the channel has been remonetized. So appreciate seeing things like that. Sorry for being late, but thank you for attending. I appreciate that. And let's see. Life After Kids with Key Williams saying the last E on your shirt is covered by the mic, so it says I'm her. Yeah, well, that's a different meaning shirt then. That would be a little bit different if it said this versus this. So I guess letters are everything on the shirt. Should make sure that the microphone is off to the side at all times. Thank you, Key, for mentioning that. And hopefully everything's going well in SoCal for you. Key's recently moved away from Thailand back to Southern California. So I've been watching all of her videos. She's saying, good night, everyone. Great. And Alex Bam Bam saying, I am her. Awesome. Hey, I'm glad the shirts are accounting for some conversations. So Baldy Brian saying, thanks, everyone. Appreciate that. So guess what's next? For those that might be new to the live show, it's not over yet, guys. Don't exit out. Don't leave. The best is yet to come. The Vlogger News. Man, I've been waiting for this for 2 weeks. Ready to go. I got some real jokers coming into the show now. Tom and Ryan from Eat Out Pattaya. These guys, a lot of humor going on. Got to have some caffeine during their intro. Get up next level, or they're just going to talk over me. It's going to be nuts. So ready for the Vlogger News. We're going to go through maybe some exchange rates during that as well. So before we get into that real quick, just wanted to say that we do have some future guests coming on the live show the next couple of weeks. Greeny Travels Brian and Fi are coming on the show next week. Excited to have Brian on. Gotta love Thailand. Dave is coming on December 24th, the Christmas Eve show. So fitting because Dave kind of looks like Santa Claus a little bit. I don't think he's offended by that anymore. I think he's growing the beard out just for the live show. But hopefully Dave can stay up for the live show. You know, usually he stays up for like the first little bit, then he kind of trails off, falls asleep. So we'll have to make sure that we're hitting him with a lot of questions to keep so he stays awake for the live show for the entirety of his interview. So we got Tom and Ryan coming on for the Vlogger News from Eat Out Pattaya. I'm going to play the intro for the Vlogger News. I want to, first of all, thank them for putting together the intro and the outro for the Vlogger News segment. I had a lot of fun putting this video together. The intro and outro are different. So if you do hang around for all of Vlogger News, make sure you hang around for the outro. I actually kind of like the outro better than the intro. I think it's pretty funny. So let's play that. Let's bring him in.
Hello people, Kevin Thailand here.
Hello, people. This is the Richard Channel Vlogger News segment. Come on inside and enjoy the show.
About minimalism, you should see my green screen. It's literally made out of construction paper that I got from Friendship Market for like 100 baht.
So it sounds like you're proud of that. Are you proud of that, Ryan?
Damn right I am.
It looks like shit.
Hey.
Tom and Ryan, welcome to the Saturday Live Show.
Oh, what a build-up, Richard. You act like this is showtime at the Apollo or something.
I'm having a good laugh because guess what? Guess what, Ryan? You're on the bottom today.
Hey, only place to be sometimes. A little lazier that way.
So funny.
Talk about the duality of man. You got the guy that is got full of energy and charisma who climbs mountains, and then you bring on two fat guys that go and review restaurants. I mean,
you got to revise it. It's actually three fat guys. I've been packing it on too, man.
Yeah, it's still that COVID weight.
Yeah, no, it's normal weight. This is my new body shape. It's a pear. That's all it is. I'm going to take ownership of it.
Just say it's your off season. You're bulking right now.
I want to say hello to Fern Unfiltered for making it in to the live chat. Thank you for that, Fern. Nice to see you there. Made it in for the last half. So, guys, what's going on there in Pattaya tonight?
Oh, it's getting busy. Oh, is it getting busy out there? I mean, everybody that's here saying the same thing. I think the people that have been here for the last couple of years haven't seen a true high season. So now it's happening, and it's probably busier than it has been in 4 or 5 years, easily. Yeah. Easily. Now I'm not out in the nightclubs enough. I'm just talking about traffic, everything. It's definitely picked up. Restaurants that we're going to, sometimes they're looking at us going, do y'all have a booking? And we're like, no, don't you know who we are? We're Tom and Ryan from Eat Out Pattaya. Let us in, goddammit.
And they usually don't let you in.
No, that's what happened today.
So great. So hilarious. So you guys had some fun videos recently on your channel. I wanted to profile some of this here. Hang on, let me catch up. Get my shit together today. 2 weweeks off, man. A little rusty here. All right, let me go down to.
As soon as we come on, he starts swearing.
Hey, Richard, congratulations on the monetization. Tom and I will help you get that rid of again.
Yeah. Just nuts, man.
Just wait till Tom starts doing what he did last week on his live show.
Oh, you know,
missed that one.
No, I woke up to a copyright claim today for the Keisha interview I did like a year ago for a song that I got through Epidemic. Yeah, it's a legit song, but you have these like bottom feeders that try to, copyright claim you. So it's like, it's so nice to be back and monetized again. Copyright claim, submit. I own this song.
We don't know anything about that, so
you'll be getting there soon enough. You'll be getting there soon enough, man. Soon enough. Have you guys thought about doing any live streams on all the restaurants that you visited? I know, Tom, you have your own channel with that, but have you thought about doing like a live show, talking about all the different restaurants?
Yeah, we could do. It's a good idea. Like, I think it's a good idea. We could do it on Tuesday.
There's probably a lot of good ideas out there. We're just too lazy to pull them off.
Yeah. See, and that was a softball question. You could have said, like, I'm thinking about doing something on Saturday nights, about 11 o'clock.
No.
No, it's so great. So you did a video of my favorite restaurant in Pattaya, Smokin' Joe's Barbecue on Soy Linky. You want to talk a little bit about that? Because I thought that was a great video, and man, the food still looks great.
Start it out, Tom.
Yeah, well, I had the mac and cheese.
Of course.
And that was unbelievable. I would go there just for that. I'm going back just for the mac and cheese. That is the best mac and cheese I've had in Thailand so far.
And I would agree. I ate half of his mac and cheese.
You did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did Tom feed it to you? Like with the fork? Here you go.
No.
Choo. No.
I had to distract him while I was stealing it. That's why we had the other people there. I was like, distract Tom while I take his mac and cheese.
Yeah, it's interesting. So nobody had the burger there. I think, Brian, you had the ribs. Tom, what did you have? You had chicken?
I had the did I have the burger?
You had the burger there.
Oh, you had the burger. So what'd you think of the burger? Because I don't know if you reviewed that on your synopsis. Did you mention that?
I had the burger. Yeah, it was very, very good. The burger was excellent. Yeah, you had the good charcoal taste. It was very nice.
Now, did you realize like those two restaurants are kind of the same restaurant? You have the Great Steak Company and then Smokin' Joe's. Different names, but they kind of had the same chef. Did you?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
That's why the name is so long. It says like the Great Steak Company, Smokin' Joe's. Like they're actually separate restaurants, right and left.
Oh, right. I didn't realize that.
Not anymore. They, if you looked at it, they've got that little, it's American Chinese restaurant. They literally advertise that American Chinese restaurant, like, your Kung Pao chicken and stuff like that. They even got a buffet during the week because we were contemplating on reviewing that when I was like, okay, and the buffet starts at 2. And I was like, okay, we finished here at Smokin' Joe's. You guys think y'all can stuff some more food down your face and we'll do the buffet next door, in 15 minutes. And everybody was in game. I would have done it. I really would have done it. But, everybody said, no, we've eaten enough already. And then to the right where they used to, if you remember, they used to have that other barbecue restaurant a couple of years back. Remember the one with the big buffalo head?
Yeah. Is that gone now?
That's gone. And they're even, when we were there, they were putting up the signs of remodeling. I don't know what it's going to be. I think it's going to be another type of a smoke. You know how Thailand is. If you have a good restaurant, put one exactly the same right next to it.
Yeah. Now you guys had a controversial video just launched about 2 hours ago, and it was actually not a video. It was you, Ryan, saying basically there's no video because we had kind of a negative experience. We're not going to name and shame the restaurant, but tell me about that.
It was, Tom and I, we didn't get out yesterday because normally Tuesdays and Fridays are the days we like to get out there and put the videos up. And I hit him up today. I said, listen, I'm going to such and such place. And out the blue, Tom goes, well, I'll come meet you down there. I can drive down there. It's okay. So we set up a time and I said, we'll knock out a video today because I really wanted to profile this place. We got there and I'm not going to go into details because nobody really wants to hear me whine and complain except for you. And it just was a bad experience. And I looked at Tom and probably about 3/4 through, I said, I'm not doing a video. I'm just not going to do it. And I kind of worked myself up. I said, I'm going outside and I'm going to do the outro. And I'm getting ready to slack them off. And Tom's like, yeah, do what you ever want to do. And then I got to thinking about it. And I said, you know what? There's no call for that. There's really just no call for that. Just because I had one bad experience doesn't give me the right to really put it to this guy. Or try, for all 20 people that have watched the video, 15 out of the city anyways. But it's not, I just don't want to affect someone's business like that for one bad experience. Now I say that's one bad, but I was there before and I didn't have a good meal either that time. And so I hope this restaurant isn't going downhill. I really don't, because I've eaten there previously about a year ago and it was fantastic. And like I said, a lot of vloggers have gone there and really pumped it up and pumped this business. And maybe he's just having an off month. I don't know, but we'd rather promote the goods and just not even worry about it. I put up the video basically for continuity to say, hey guys, I'm still here. I'm not getting lazy on y'all. I'm still going to do 2 a week, but just the way circumstances happen, I couldn't get to another one this week, resuming on Tuesday.
So let us know, was that Burger King or was it Taco Bell?
Yeah. It was Richard's Rib House.
Hey, that's a great name for a restaurant.
Yeah.
Make a note of that. Tommy J, Mr. Mitch, make a note. Claim that name right away. No, it's great. So you guys brought something to the table here this week with the regards to Gordon Tickle. So a new vlogger actually for me. I have heard of him, but I've never watched any of his videos until he kind of called him out. So he had one recently, Paradise Found, Chiang Rai, Northern Thailand. A great video with just some music in the background and all the video going around, which is great. He also did one, the Skywalk in Chiang Rai's newest attraction. That was a great video as well. You want to talk a little bit about Gordon and what you guys like so much about his channel?
Yeah, well, I've been friends with Gordon now for a couple of years, you know, as a subscriber, and lucky enough I met up with him and we've just become great friends. And he's just got a great outlook on life, you know. He's English, he never moans, he's down to earth. He's always there for great advice. That's true. But he's there for good advice. And I just love his channel because it's just different to everything else, you know. And every now and then he comes down to Pattaya and dines with me and Ryan. And he's just a really, really nice guy. You just can't get... And he used to have over 10,000 subscribers. And YouTube took him down.
Yeah, does he know why that happened?
He got taken down with a few other subscribers at the same time. And it was like... I think it was for... I don't really know what he got taken down for. Was it copyright? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember, but
he literally woke up one day and everything was taken down.
We've had the talks, and he has his suspicions, and I'm not going to get in on it on a live stream.
Yeah, it's too bad. So we need to help him out. It's Gordon Tickle is the channel. Hopefully the moderators will put a link there in the chat. Please go there. Consider subscribing. Let's build up the subscriber base. I think he'd really appreciate that. It's a great video he did.
Yeah, plus as well, if you're ever going up there like Baldy Brian or Carl in Thailand, if you get in contact with, or any subscriber, if you get in contact with Gordon, he'll take you up to the mountains and the views are just unbelievable. It's like being in Switzerland. It's crazy, crazy views.
Have you gone up with him before, Tom?
Yeah, I've been out with him. I normally see Gordon because he buys my silver for me up there. Oh. It's the only place in Thailand we can buy silver bars.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Well, it sounds like a great guy. I look forward to watching more of his videos. I did subscribe myself, so I'll be checking out more of his stuff. Greeny Travels is coming on the show next week. That'll be an exciting guest to have on. Greeny and Fi. They did a video their first day in Singapore. I think Greeny's been there a couple times now. And I think his videos are just getting better and better. Like he's getting better with video editing, the cinematography. I like everything about his channel.
Yeah, agreed. We said that last time. Greeny was getting a lot better. I think I kind of prodded him a little bit. I'll take credit for that when I keep poking Greeny pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he never saw himself like doing a YouTube channel. He started out just kind of doing it for friends and family back home, and it really just morphed into something that has really taken off. And I feel like he's found his confidence in front of the camera. Just so natural, you know, in front of the camera, I feel like.
Yeah, it's I think Fi does that for him. She kind of put him out there and said, you're going to do something, you're going to do it well, or you're not sleeping in the bed. So
yeah, they'll be on the show next week. I look forward to talking about that because one of the things I think Fi was disappointed on in this video was the fact that she did not get a passport stamp entering Changi Airport in Singapore. I guess they aren't stamping the passports there anymore.
I don't clue.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Like you really appreciate going to other countries to get that stamp. So
I don't. They're filling up the books. You know how many? I mean, I'm looking. I got 50 pages in my passport's literally right here in front of me, and that thing's getting full. And I'm going, crap.
Yeah, you know you get a new one, right?
Yeah, but not when you're in my particular. You got to take a background check for it, from what I heard nowadays. Okay. So, can I borrow yours?
A little controversial. Yeah. Trying to stay monetized here for a little while, Ryan, please.
Got you.
So CJ in Paradise, a mutual friend of all of ours. So he did a recent video, Nightlife in Hua Hin Night Market. He's another channel that's sort of rebuilding from scratch as well. So he had quite a few subscribers, and unfortunate thing happened to his channel. So he's building back up as well, right? You guys watch his channel?
Yes.
Yes, and you just hit the nail on the head. There's another guy that's at 26, 27K, and then woke up one day and said, where the heck is my channel at? And no real rhyme or reason. And he's trying to build it from scratch. So all of us are, trying to get behind these people and get them back to where they were. And because he's still putting out good content, an entertaining guy, he's around the Hua Hin area. I mean, not too much you're going to say about CJ, except for it's just good quality videos.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. We've had him on the show a couple of times. I want to have him back. We're trying to coordinate schedules. But yeah, I would say like one thing I would ask you guys about with your videos is if you thought about doing external mics for both of you, like wireless Rode mics, because it seems like both of you kind of are in the video, but one is further away.
Well, that's it's hard to get us. It's hard to get us both in the frame there. My arms are only so long. That's number one. Number two, it comes down to budgeting. You got champagne taste on a beer budget here, Richard. So, I mean, most of our budget's being wasted on the food.
Yeah, I guess that goes pretty quickly.
Yeah, very quickly.
Yeah. See, I'm a gentleman because the videos you sent for your Vlogger News intro and outro, which I love, by the way, outstanding work. I always have to, like, whoever is standing further away from the camera, I have to boost up your audio. So I do a little cut and then boost up your audio, then come back down for Ryan or whatnot. So a little bit of extra work on my side, but you're worth it.
Yeah, well, we figured you didn't have too much going on in Cali, so give you something to do for a couple hours.
Yeah, that's how it is. Well, Tom knows what it's like editing videos, man. Sometimes it can take a couple hours to do like a 40-second video. Yeah. It's like a rabbit hole. Now, who's doing the editing? Is it mostly Tom? Tom, are you doing most of the editing on the videos, or is it Ryan?
No, I just did the shorts.
I love this because this was brought up by Greeny as well. Greeny looked over at Tom and said, Tom, you're doing great. I looked at him. I said, why does it shock everybody that the redneck is the one editing the videos? Tom does the shorts. I do pretty much all of the editing, all the everything. And then I sent it to Tom. Tom, take a look at this. And he always goes, looks good, Ryan. I said, all right, we're on to go then. But it shocks everybody. They're like, you got the IT professional and the Bayou redneck, and I'm the one doing the video editing. It's like I do know what a computer is. I've seen it once or twice.
Yeah. Well, what's your guys' equipment? Are you guys using the phone? Are you editing on the phone? Are you using a laptop? What's the?
I'm actually on a MacBook Pro that's right in front of me. That's my camera and everything that you're seeing right here. The only cheap piece of equipment I got is my 400 baht headset and microphone I got from 2Com. Other than that, I mean, the laptop alone was four Gs when I bought it.
Yeah, not cheap, man. Not cheap.
Yeah. And I do all my editing on a 10,000 baht phone, Android, and Filmora.
Oh, Filmora. Yeah, a lot of people use that. Yeah.
I like
very
it.
User-friendly, right?
Yeah, very user-friendly.
Yeah. I mean, Tom, before we send you guys out, do you mind going through the currency exchange with me real quick?
Yeah, no problem whatsoever.
It feels like the party is over. Sorry about that, Ryan. I'll take that off so cover your face. It looks like the party's over for the USD, I feel like, but you're still calling it strong. You're thinking it's going to recoup.
Oh, yeah, I think it will rebound because it's the world's debt, you see. The world's debt is out of control. And it's out of control for about $82 trillion in debt. And it's got to be paid in dollars. Like, it can't be paid in pounds. It can't be paid in yen. It can't be paid in Thai baht. So I see next year, I see a massive recession in 2023. Absolutely massive. As big as the 1930s. The three biggest assets I see for 2023, I see gold will outperform the S&P 500, and it will also outperform Bitcoin. Bitcoin, it'll be 10 years before it sees 50,000.
Wow. So you think like this downturn in the economy, that's going to definitely affect travel to Thailand, I would think, because if people don't have a job, they're not going to Thailand.
Yeah, but what I'm hoping for is because what I said earlier in the year, when petrol and oil was at, like 120, I said that will come back down to 75. And today, when I looked at it today, it was about 70. So that should start reflected in the flights. So it should bring the flights down. So if you've got money, you're okay. But at the moment, you want to be in a cash position, debt-free. You don't want no debt.
So when are you calling when the recession will hit the U.S.?
Oh, I reckon it's going to be shortly after Christmas.
Yeah.
It's most of the people who listen to this channel, and I know most of them on here, they're quite financially independent, so they should be okay, you know. But I feel sorry for the generation coming up who are trying to put into 401s, and they're going to get absolutely smashed over the next few years.
Yeah.
Question from Ollie Brown asking if you feel like some of the restaurants are suffering from poor service due to the cost of inflation.
No, it's just laziness and poor service. I mean, and that's not just in Thailand. That if you've been going out to eat at restaurants in the U.S. for the past 10 years, it's just people are losing their people skills. I mean, just let's call it like it is. It's not just Thailand. It's in the U.S. as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting times for sure. I mean, a lot of my tech friends are struggling here in Silicon Valley, so it's definitely nutty time.
I can see a lot of unemployment in tech. In tech, I reckon there's going to be a lot of unemployment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to.
Which is tragic, really.
Yeah.
You know where there's not a lot of unemployment? That's on Soy 6 right now.
That's great. Oh,
yeah.
Let's make a note at 126 to edit the video and take Ryan's comments out. Thanks a lot, man.
They're looking for a lot of housekeepers at the Queen Victoria.
So
there's a lot of people to clean up the streets. I don't know what you're thinking about, Richard.
Yeah.
Well,
obviously.
We haven't really felt inflation here. We haven't really felt inflation here at all.
Yeah.
Well, some of the girls have felt some inflation, but
some of the mongers have. The mongers have felt inflation.
That's a lot. And now we're back to being demonetized. Excellent. Love it. Oh, you guys are great. I love having you on the show. I love having someone to run through the vlogger news with. So I just wish the best of success for your channel. And Tom, I'll probably see you tomorrow morning, my time, on your channel, on your show. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man. 'Cause I think the videos are great. Some great restaurants. And it's just a matter of time before it takes off. Hopefully sooner than later.
I think the one on
this
Tuesday.
This week on the USD, I see it between 35 and 33.
Oh, I hope so. Oh, that's a big swing.
Yeah. Yeah. Down at 34 right now, 34.57. So
yeah, but it'll go back up to 35.
Well, Ryan, what's coming up on Tuesday? You got a new video launch on Tuesday?
We're going to a restaurant. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything works out. But I have a feeling this is going to be one that a lot of people don't know about, and it's a good little escape. Give you a little. It's a beach bar, so it's a beach bar restaurant. So, not expecting a hell of a lot for the good food. It's more about location and atmosphere.
Awesome. We'll be looking forward to seeing that video launch on Tuesday. I want to thank you guys for coming on. Thank you for doing the intro and outro for the Vlogger News. And until next time, bye for now.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Adios.
By the Smoking Joe's Cafe, and you've been watching the Richard Vlogger News segment.
Adios, people.
And that's a cut. And that was the Richard Vlogger News. What the hell is it? Oh, yeah, that was that. It's over with, people. Pack it in. Let's take it home.
Well, it's always a pleasure having Tom and Ryan on from Eat Out Pattaya. Some great videos on that channel. And Jay Easy is saying, Ryan, kindly do a review of the pizza at Corondo's. That sounds great. They say they will get to it, put it on the list. Great channel with a lot of great videos. I feel like once everyone starts coming back to the Pattaya area, they'll be looking at that channel, checking out the videos and finding new restaurants to go to because they're finding some ones that are off the beaten track. And I just love that about their channel. So funny guys, always good for a laugh. So loved having them on. I wanted to let you know, so next week we do have Greeny Travels coming on with Fi-Fi. Looking forward to coming on the show. And I got to tell you, I'm so glad to be back monetized again. For those that did not get the notifications the last couple of weeks, actually, I've been hearing it for a while that guys aren't getting notifications. That's usually an indication of some other things going on. But I think that everything's, squared away with YouTube now. So happy to be back monetized. Things are going as normal. I was going to make a big to-do about this. I was actually planning to wear a special shirt for it and make a big sob story about being demonetized, but no one likes to hear that stuff, man. You're here to be entertained. So I wanted to keep it entertaining, just spend a couple minutes talking about that during the last bit of the Baldy Brian interview and hopefully put that to bed and go on with the show. And next week, I think is going to be a great one with Greeny and Fi-Fi. looking forward to that. And then we have Dave from Got to Love Thailand coming on the 24th. So looking forward to that. And I look forward to seeing everyone back next Saturday at the same time. So until next time, I'll have Lucas from Rides for Kicks send us out.
And until next time, bye for now.
Everybody get your hands in the air.